Welcome and thank you so much for attending Murray's webinar. My name is Jose Alonso. I am Murray Corporation International Sales Manager. Murray Corporation designs and manufactures clamps and fasteners for almost all industrial and commercial hose applications. You can find Murray clamps and fasteners being used across the worldwide agriculture, automotive, heavy-duty truck, off-highway, municipal, marine, irrigation, beverage, and plumbing markets. We have been in the industry for over 100 years, offering a commitment to quality, dependability, and customer service. Our speaker today will be Andrea De Vecchi, Murray's Director of Europe. Andrea has worked in the industry for over 15 years. He has worked for distributors representing the largest manufacturers of clamps in the European market, providing technical knowledge and expertise we are happy to be able to share with each of you. This webinar will be recorded for training purposes. Also, we will have a question and answer session after this presentation. Feel free to send your questions using the chat feature. We will answer your questions in the order received. I leave you with our trainer, Andrea De Vecchi.
Thank you so much to be here today at our webinar. Today we will talk about constant tension clamps, and we will deeper understand how these kind of clamps can help you in your business. Why this webinar? Because we want to help you to understand the benefits that constant tension clamps can offer to your business. And we want to share some success stories with you. But why we want to talk about clamps? That for lots of people, clamps are just C-class components. That means something very standard, something like a screw, bolt, nut. We don't think so. We think that a clamp is a strategic fluid management component, and a constant tension clamp is much more a strategic fluid management component. Because we think that success is the sum of details, like Harvey Samuel Firestone said. Today, you'll learn the benefits of the constant tension clamps. You'll discover how to reduce warranty costs related to leakage issues. And you receive a special gift at the end of this webinar, so please stay with us till the end to discover this special gift. As Mr. Alonso told you, we are a company worldwide present. Our headquarters is in Hunt Valley, near Baltimore in Maryland, US. We have 2 plants in Canada, 1 plant in China, and 1 partnership in India. We are present in a lot of different kind of markets, but particularly talking about constant tension clamps, our products were developed for the motorsport market. Now, some of our constant tension clamps, like our Turbo Seal, is the most popular product in the motorsport market. So the most popular product in the most critical applications market. We want to share with you, talk with you a little bit about the hose market related to industrial engines. What's happened in the past years? As example, in Europe, we had a new regulation, so all the engines manufacturers were forced to reduce pollutions. That means that all the machines, heavy-duty machines manufacturers, were forced to move from some standard rubber hoses to other kind of different kind of hoses, like the silicone one, due to the increase in temperature in the engine areas. As example, in some cases, the typical radiator hose, like the one that you can see on the right side of the screen, start to have problems of leakage due to the engine environment temperature. So different kind of hoses higher temperatures, lots of vibration due to the 3 cylinders, 6 cylinders, the turbo added to some industrial engines. So with our constant tension clamps, we will show you how to reduce these problems. This is our constant tension full range. So we have a full and complete range of product developed for these kind of issues. We will go deeper in all these kind of products to explain to you the benefits and to better explain to you how they work. But what are the application fields for the constant tension clamps? The fields are the automotive engine turbo intake or exhaust, the air intake, the intercooler, power generators, marine engines, air moving equipment. So everywhere that you can experience temperature changes, extreme conditions of applications, or vibrations. Now, we want to show to you a short video that will explain how some of our constant tension clamps works. Particularly, we will see our dual bead and turbo seal. So let's take a look to the video.
Today's higher boosting turbocharged engines face several performance challenges: hose blow off or creep, or conditions that lead to leaks, damage of costly silicone and other soft hoses, cold flow which leads to leaks and poor performance, the need for frequent retightening of hose clamps. Murray Corporation makes two clamps that solve these problems for the high demands of the motorsports world, where conditions are significantly more severe than the typical conditions most turbocharger applications will face. The single spring action dual bead clamp has a Murray worn gear clamp with a dual bead shield positioned within the band. When the hose is compressed, if the clamp is not adjusting and springing inward to maintain constant tension on the hose, there will be gaps between the hose and clamp, which will likely lead to leaks and lost boost, affecting performance. When using the Murray dual bead clamp, the inner shield creates a single spring action. As the clamp is tightening, the inner shield will spring to absorb some of the tightening load. Therefore, when the hose relaxes as a result of the cold flow, the inner shield will spring inward and continue to apply constant tension on the hose. In addition, the dual beads will bite down into the hose, creating a super seal and creating an O-ring effect. These features help the dual bead eliminate hose creep, blow off, and loss of boost. The beveled edges protect soft hoses. The dual action turbo seal clamp has a convoluted, heat-treated, and electro-polished band, which allows for expansion and contraction. During thermal cycling, the hose experiences cold flow and creates the possibility of loose clamps where blow-off and leaks occur. The inner shield and the convoluted band combine to provide added spring in the clamp, so that as the hose becomes further compressed, the clamp springs inward to provide added clamp load to better prevent hose creep, blow-off, and loss of boost. The electro-polished band improves corrosion resistance and reduces material fatigue, improving the life and performance of your clamps. The results? Hose blow-off eliminated, and damage to engines and turbochargers is prevented. The older type of clamp relies on over-tightening to create a tight seal, but can damage your expensive hose. The Murray Turbo Seal and dual bead clamps don't require excessive tightening to create a tight, secure seal because of their smart design. Some types of clamps can take up valuable engine space under your hood and become a hazard during maintenance. The Turbo Seal and dual bead clamps are low profile and take up less space under your hood, improving serviceability. The motorsports world agrees. Here is what they have to say. The world record-setting Mark Higgins race team and turbo specialist Owen Developments have said, when properly sized and installed, there is no more economical way to ensure a secure connection on your turbo and eliminate hose blow-off. The connection will remain intact even during the most challenging and rigorous racing conditions. Works optimally in difficult racing conditions, which are much more challenging than typical everyday driving conditions. These clamps are also used by NASCAR and NHRA race teams. Be sure to ask for the original Murray Turbo Seal and dual bead super sealing clamps.
So you saw in this video how our TSS turbo seal and dual bead clamps works. So now we start to go deeper on each kind of constant tension clamp that we have in our product range. And we start with our dual bead. The applications for this kind of clamp are charged on air intercoolers, coolant lines, or other applications in which you experience temperature changes. They are ideal for use with soft hoses like silicone or rubber hoses without reinforcement. The benefits of this kind of product are that this clamp is able to eliminate leaks resulting from cold flow of hose. The rolled edge of the dual bead band liner protects your hose from cuts. The low profile allows for use in application with limited space. And talking about this clamp, we have one customer that is a German industrial engines manufacturer that decided to put this kind of clamp on a rubber hose on which is not soft rubber hose, on which is not so necessary this product, but they have a process, an assembling process that stress so much the clamp that they really appreciated the dual bead liner that is able to protect the hose from the over tightening that they were forced to do. So this dual bead liner acts like a spring with a single spring effect that help to compensate the thermal changes. The limit of this kind of product is that it's not suitable on harder hose due to a lower torque rating, and is not preferred for applications that require a high installation torque to generate very high band load. And now let's talk about our turbo seal, the most appreciated in the motorsport market, and that start also to be very popular in the industrial market for heavy duty needs like buses, earth moving machines, etc. So the applications are on charger intercoolers, on coolant lines. Everywhere you can experience significant temperature changes. And obviously is ideal for use on soft hoses like silicone or rubber hoses without reinforcement. This kind of clamp can grant a unique high performance dual spring action that can compensate extreme temperature changes. The constant tension design eliminates need to retightening clamp after thermal cycling. On this point, we experience, thanks to General Motors, that decided to put these clamps in their climate testing rooms. So in these rooms, they tested engines with temperature that move from a lot of Celsius degrees below zero till very high temperature. Thanks to our turbo seal, they told us that they don't need to retighten the clamp during the tests, and is very important for them. The rolled edge of the dual bead liner protect your soft hose from cuts. And the low profile is ideal for using applications with limited space. You have to consider that with this shape, we can reach a maximum diameter of more than 200 millimeters. The limits of this kind of clamps are that it's not suitable on harder hose due to a lower torque rating, and is not preferred when a high installation torque is required to generate very high band load. We want to show with you also some test report that we made in third-party laboratories. So we asked to test our turbo seal against other competitors' constant tension clamps. The test was made putting the clamps on a silicone hose with air, put it into water. So as you can see on the left side, we increased the pressure of the air till reach a leakage. And you can see we have 3 bands per each color. So we have the high, the low, and the average. But every time the performance is so the level of the pressure that you need to have a leakage with our Murray turbo seal is higher and higher than our competitors. You can see also the installation torque. So we made the test increasing the installation torque. At the end, we put the torque, the residual torque that you can see, to come back to the initial situation, so the initial installation torque. So with the Murray TSS, you need less torque to come back on the initial situation. That means that you lose less torque. That means that you reduce the risk of leakage. So we made this comparison with 2 different constant tension products, 2 of the most popular into the market, and the results are what we are showing to you. Now let's talk about our stack drive constant tension clamps. These clamps are suggested on charger intercoolers, coolant lines, hydraulic hoses, and applications that experience temperature changes. Thanks to the Belleville washer stack, you have a spring action that help you to eliminate those cold flow leaks. You can put this clamp also on harder hose, and this kind of clamp is able to generate a good resistance to hose fitting separation. Sorry, I had a problem with the line. Okay. The limits of this clamp are that the smooth flat inside of the band can lead to the hose creeping under pressure and vibration if not properly installed. Something very typical with this kind of products if you don't pay attention on how install the clamp. And obviously it's not preferred for use in application with limited space. Now let's talk about our spring-loaded T-bolt. This product is suggested for charger intercoolers, coolant line, industrial hoses connection, or every time that you experience temperature changes. The benefits are that thanks to the spring design, this clamp is able to provide automatic temperature compensation to eliminate cold flow leaks. This kind of product is popular in the very big industrial engines on power generators or irrigation markets or similar. This clamp is suitable for use with harder hose material, also having thick walls, and is recommended for use where high clamp force and resistance to hose pull-off are required. The limits of these kind of clamps are that is not preferred for use in application with limited space, and the smooth flat band inside of the band can lead to the hose creeping under pressure and vibration if not properly installed. So this was our portfolio of constant tension clamps. Some of them probably are yet well known into the market. Some of them are something that you saw, but we want to transmit to you that the constant tension clamps need to be put in the right way on the right application, and we are here to help you on it. Now, we want to talk with you for a few minutes about e-mobility, because these kind of clamps are very popular on the thermal engines, but we know that e-mobility is growing daily. So they need clamps too. Yes, for sure, because as you can see in this picture, that is a battery pack from Williams, so in the E-Formula race teams, you have a lot of silicone hoses on the cooling system for the battery pack. All these hoses experience temperature changes, lots of vibrations, so it's the application field in which you need a constant tension clamp. And we are ready, and we yet supplied some companies that are involved in the e-mobility with our constant tension clamps. We are ready to support you in your project also for this kind of market. So today we talked about why a clamp can make the difference and why a constant tension clamp can make the difference. We talk a little bit about the evolution in fluid lines. That is something that force a lot of industry companies to modify their project to solve leakage problems. We show to you how a constant tension clamp works. We talk about strength and weaknesses of the constant tension clamps. And we spoke a little bit about e-mobility. But now, as we told you, we have a special gift for you. You can book a 20-minute free call with Murray Expert talking about your needs, get a deeper understanding of what we saw today, or discuss other needs. You have just to send an email to Mr. Alonso or to me and book your free call. Don't miss the opportunity to talk with our expert to analyze your needs and to solve your problems. You have just to send an email and we will confirm to you the meeting. We want also to stay in touch. You can find us on LinkedIn, on our website, on Facebook. You have some of our contact details, or obviously you can contact myself and Mr. Alonso at our mobile phones or email addresses. So stay in touch.